My name is North. I am 5 years old.
Hello, everyone. So you've just listened to our friend Nov. She has sent us this message let's say, a very long time ago, really. And I've decided to include this message in today's episode because I guess you could know by starting this with this message what the topic of this episode is going to be about. So yes, I'm talking about how we could make our kids love English. It's about the relationship between kids and English. And I'm going to share with you a number of ways that whether you're a parent or you have a sister, brother that's just starting to learn the language. So there are ways that you could share with them or like let them know about so that they could use or you could encourage them to use or use with them so that they be better at English. So I'm going to share basically, let's say it's 4 ways. The first way is kids need to be immersed in the language. So you need to immerse them in the language and surround them with it. The idea here is that they need to get to know the sounds of the language so that they know how it sounds like, and this itself is a strong basis for building the language later on. So just by knowing or realizing, identifying how the language sounds, this itself will prepare their mind for learning the language later and acquiring more words. So the first step is getting to know the language by listening to it, identifying the sound. But how could you help them identify the language sounds? One of the ways is by making them listen to songs and rhymes. Rhymes are very interesting ways of listening to English, and which is really also fun. So it's not like you're teaching or like you're giving a lesson, but it's a fun way to get to know the sound of a language. Another way, which is the second way I'd like to talk about, is you could use games. So some of the games that you could use with the kids are board games. You can buy some mats with some drawings where you could invent any kind of game with the kids. You have some pictures on the mat, and then you start calling the name or the vocabulary related to that picture and see if your kids will recognize the picture. A third way is using applications. So with the huge advancements in technology, there are lots of applications that you could use with your kids. So you just surf the App Store or the Google Play or whatever, or the App Store, to check any applications that you could use with your kids. And there are tons of them. There are lots of applications that you can use with your kids. One more way to encourage your kids to love learning English is by yourself, which show them that you're interested, so that they could also, you could share the interest with them. And that would be by talking to them, sometimes practicing the language with your kids, so that they get encouraged that you want them to speak the language. And when they hear you speak the language, I guess they're going to be more willing to use the language and also more willing to be better through the different ways I just mentioned, or any other way you're familiar with. And yes, that's all for today. So I hope that was very useful, and I hope you're going to share some of these with your kids or sisters or brothers. That's all for now. Bye.